Have you rated and reviewed Marijuana Today daily on iTunes yet? It's the quickest and easiest way to help us grow our audience. Just find us on iTunes and let us know how we're doing with the rating and review. This episode of Marijuana Today Daily is brought to you by our friends over at Ease, California's top one-stop website for legal marijuana delivery. Ease is the place to turn when you want legal cannabis delivery that's fully compliant with all of California's state legal marijuana laws. Stay on the right side of state compliance with ease.com. And because Ease only partners up with top dispensaries in their active areas, you know you're only going to find top-notch products at great prices. And once you place your order for legal marijuana delivery, you can pop over to ease.com/blog to read all of the various bits of industry insight and analysis that the Ease team has developed from their properly aggregated and anonymized sales data stream. That's ease.com and ease.com/blog with Ease spelled EAZE. Good morning, Marijuana Nation. It's Thursday, March 29th, 2018, and you're tuned in to episode 457 of Marijuana Today Daily. I'm your host, Shay Gunther, and I'll be walking you through today's marijuana news and headlines. As always, we have a full and busy day of cannabis news in our hands, so let's jump right into it. Our top story of the day kicks off in Tennessee, where yesterday the State House Criminal Justice Committee voted 9-2 in favor of a proposed medical marijuana measure. House Bill 1749 would set up a commission to oversee a functional medical marijuana system with licensed cultivators, testing facilities, processors, wholesalers, and dispensaries. The qualifying conditions list is fairly long and includes PTSD, severe, debilitating, or chronic pain, seizure disorders, and Crohn's disease. Pop over to Nashville Public Radio for more on this one and to find a link to the bill's language. An excellent read to start off the day. HB 1749 now heads to the House Health Committee, and we'll make sure to keep an eye out for relevant updates. Washington, D.C.-based activist Adam Eidinger is back in the headlines for a successful rally his organization, DCMJ, held on Tuesday outside the headquarters of the District of Columbia's city government, during which a couple of D.C. council members accepted free joints, which were also offered up to any adult of age by members of DCMJ. The rally was thrown in conjunction with the DC Cannabis Business Association and aimed at changing the city laws that make using, possessing, and gifting cannabis legal, but selling it illegal. That split law has created an environment in which so-called gifting businesses have sprung up, which will sell you a $50 glass jar that comes with a free gift of an eighth of marijuana. Or as I've reported on recently in DC, small parties where customers buy expensive tokens at the door that can be exchanged for the gift of cannabis by vendors inside. During Tuesday's rally, DCMJ activists offered up free joints to anyone of age with the proper ID and found willing takers in council members David Grosso and Jack Evans. Rounding out the top three stories today is a piece in Denver Westword looking at a proposed piece of legislation in the Colorado State Legislature that would allow cannabis dispensaries and manufacturers to give their employees free samples. As it stands now, dispensaries and products manufacturers have to go through the process of selling their employees their cannabis products for sampling, as state law does not allow for any kind of free transfers to be made. While that doesn't sound like much of a burden, the logistics of the transactions can add up as you increase the number of employees, products, and stores. HB 1259 would change that by allowing managers of dispensaries and manufacturers to receive free samples, which would have to be consumed off-site and kept to a certain amount per serving. The bill stops short of extending those same privileges to non-managers, which the bill's sponsor, Representative Matt Gray, admits is a concession to opponents worried about industry workers getting high. This is a top story because it's a nice sign of a slight retreat from the model that cannabis needs to be overly regulated in every aspect of its commercial journey. It makes a lot of sense to allow industry workers to try for free the products they sell. So here's to hoping HB 1259 advances through to law. Another one we'll be watching. Those are the top stories for today. It's time for Marijuana Today Daily Headlines Blitz. Before we blitz out on headlines, let's quickly thank our sponsor, Ease, California's top one-stop website for legal marijuana delivery. You know Ease.com is the place to go for fully state-compliant legal cannabis delivery in the Golden State, and Ease.com/blog is where you'll find all their useful and valuable bits of industry insight and analysis. Most recently, they released their 2017 State of Cannabis Data Report, which is a must-read for anyone involved in the industry. But there's another great resource from last summer that you should also make sure to dive into. You'll need to scroll down a bit on ease.com/blog, but after not too many pages down, you'll find their report on the modern marijuana consumer, which they compiled after receiving more than 10,000 survey submissions from California cannabis users. If your business involves selling legal marijuana to people, it's probably a good idea to have a great understanding of how people buy and use marijuana. That's just smart business. As with all of Ease's insightful pieces, their modern marijuana consumer report is free and ready to read over at ease.com/blog. And ease.com is where you go when you need state legal California marijuana delivery. All right, time for the Blitz. Tom Angel over at Marijuana Moments picked up on a letter written by a bipartisan group of U.S. House representatives asking leaders of the House Appropriations Committee to fund research for medical marijuana use by military veterans. Pop over to Marijuana Moment for the full read on this one. As always, we have all the news we cover linked to on our website at mjtodaydaily.com and on our Twitter account at mjtodaydaily. The state of Michigan is responding to the wave of applications it received for medical marijuana businesses by expanding the number of meetings it will hold to consider those applicants. The Michigan Department of Licensing and Regulatory Affairs was set to hold just 5 meetings for considering applications, but just announced the addition of 2 more. The next meeting will kick off next month, with 2 more to follow in May. Yesterday, the Kansas House of Representatives voted in favor of a bill that would remove industrial hemp from the same legal category as adult use and medical marijuana. The bill would allow the state's Department of Agriculture to run a pilot cultivation program and now heads to the state Senate for consideration. Some good news out of Indiana as the state's Tobacco and Alcohol Commission announced that they were dropping charges against dozens of stores for selling products with CBD oil. The state Excise Police raided the businesses last year and seized thousands of dollars of product before slapping the retailers with charges. WTHR is reporting that not only will the charges be dropped, but the seized goods will be returned to shopkeepers. The case was no doubt influenced by the fact that state lawmakers passed a bill legalizing CBD oil earlier this month. New Cannabis Ventures has a press release showing the latest financial results for GrowGeneration Corporation, a retailer of cannabis cultivation supplies, that shows that it's pretty good to be in the business of marijuana cultivation right now. The company, which I know nothing about beyond this press release, is reporting $14.4 million in revenue for fiscal year 2017, up 80% from their $8 million mark of 2016. Same-store sales were up 35%, and they're projecting to bring in $37 million this year in revenue. Another story out of Connecticut's state legislature, as a number of cannabis-related bills have been cycling through the legislative process over the last few weeks. Today, it's HB 5394, which was deliberated during an appropriations committee yesterday, and that would set up a regulated adult use system while also setting aside resources for drug abuse treatment and education. Coming on the heels of the recent scuttling of other proposed marijuana measures, it's not clear if this one has any chances, so we'll just keep a watch. And finally for today, another proposed marijuana measure, this time in Arizona, with one that would allow people with opioid addictions to use medical cannabis as treatment. Arizona House Bill 2064 was originally a measure to tighten up rules around childproof packaging, but was amended to allow people with opioid use disorders to register as medical marijuana patients. The bill passed through the state house earlier this month and is now in the hands of the state Senate. Those are the headlines and news for the day. I'll be back with you again tomorrow morning with another information-packed episode of Marijuana Today Daily. But in the meantime, if you have any stories to share or feedback to give, zip us an email to headlines@mjtodaydaily.com. And while you're clicking around the interwebs, swing over to our Twitter account at mjtodaydaily and visit our website at mjtodaydaily.com to find links to all the news we cover. What's the difference between a well-dressed person on a unicycle and a poorly dressed person on a bike? A tire. Thanks Thanks to our sponsor, Ease, and to all of our awesome patron listeners for the support that makes this show possible. To join the illustrious ranks of the patron listeners yourself, swing over to our website at mjtodaydaily.com and click on that big blue button at the top of the page that says Become a Patron. I'm your host, Shay Gunther. Thanks for tuning in and starting your day with marijuana today. Today.
One take, Shay. One take.